Hi, I am Marlisha, also known as Marlisha Muses. Welcome to Marlisha's Meanderings. And this video is in response to the to reread or not to reread book tag. And you'll probably see me looking down because I'm looking at the questions. And I heard about this tag from Talia, who is Talia Nerds Out. And it was created by Bob, who is Robert G. Reader of Books, R3P. Okay. And there's a little blurb about why he did this tag in my description below this video, along with the prompts. So the first prompt is, do you reread fiction? Why or why not? If I like the fiction book that I'm reading, then yes, I am likely to reread it. I enjoy being with the characters. I enjoy engaging with them and spending time with them. I maybe enjoy the plot. Might even enjoy, you know, the setting. I mean, who wouldn't like Lothlorien or something, just walking through the woods? So yes, definitely would reread fiction. Number two, do you reread nonfiction? Why or why not? That depends. I possibly will reread a nonfiction book like a history or a biography, maybe a memoir or an autobiography. I am very likely to reread a devotional if I enjoyed it, a religious devotional. As you go through the years doing a devotional with questions, you will get different insights, or I will anyway. And I will definitely reread the Bible. So yes, nonfiction books, I will reread some of them, and others not so much, depending, I guess, on how much I like them. Number three, if you reread fiction, what kind of fiction are you most likely to choose? Bestsellers, classical literature, genre fiction, such as fantasy, science fiction, mysteries, romance, westerns, adventure stories. Anything that I enjoy or that I engage well with, I will reread. I love mysteries, especially Agatha Christie and Arthur Conan Doyle, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and G.K. Chesterton's Father Brown. I will reread those and have done so multiple times. I also reread Ellis Peters' Brother Cadfael mysteries. Love fantasies, J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, Timothy Zahn, which might be considered science fiction or sci-fi fantasy. His Quadrille series is amazing. Hunger Games, can't start that without just going right through it in one sitting. So almost it takes forever to read. I just lose track of time. I love Hunger Games and Quadrille series. Trying to think what else. One just came to my head and went right out. It'll come to me later. But as long as I enjoy the people, I will come back to them. But most of the time, the ones I do reread they tend to be mysteries and fantasies. I take that back. I love Anne of Green Gables, which I consider is a classic. Little Women, so Louisa May Alcott, Ellen Montgomery. I have a suspicion that Jane Austen may fall into that once I finish reading this with my daughter, who is introducing it to me. So I do like the classics as well. Number four, if you reread nonfiction, what kind of nonfiction are you most likely to choose? And I did touch on this already. Histories and biographies, potentially. Theology, yes, especially theology. Self-help books, depending on what kind of stuff. Craft books, I will revisit them. And of course, reference books. I guess that's kind of a no-brainer. No one reads a dictionary all the way through. You just kind of keep coming back to it. But yes, so reference books. If you've read a book which has been translated from another language, would you reread the same book in a newer or different translation? Yes, possibly. If the translation I originally had wasn't very good, or if I found out that there was another translation that was the best, then I will read that translation as well as the original translation that I had. I think it's important to have a really accurate translation, especially if it's a nonfiction book, but a fiction book as well. So yes, I would. How many times would you reread the same book? I thought at first that was a trick question. If I want to reread a book, I will reread it as many times as I want to. No time limit whatsoever. I can't tell you how many times I've reread some of the Agatha Christie's, Louisa May Alcott, Ellen Montgomery, just Patrick Carr, who was the one I couldn't remember. He's a newer author. He does a fantasy series, a couple fantasy series. Terry Brooks, all those people, I will reread those as often as I want to, as often as the mood strikes me. I'm a very mood-oriented reader, so if the mood strikes, I will pick up that book, even if I just read it yesterday and finished it, because I want to reread it. So yes, I don't have any limit. I believe the most recent book I've reread, the question is, what's the most recent book you've reread? And I think it was Agatha Christie's Poirot's Christmas. I think that's the one it was, with Talia. I was reading it over the Christmas holidays, and that was a reread for me in the physical form. It's a beautiful book. I think we showed it during one of my book hauls, I think. But we read that. We just finished that a little while ago, maybe a week or two ago. So that was my last reread in the physical form. I'm trying to think if there are any that I've reread in other forms, digital or otherwise. Most of them are going to be most likely Agatha Christie, because I go back to them as comfort reads. They'll either be Agatha Christie or Conan Doyle for the most part, because they're short and they're easy reads and they're comfort reads. So Poirot, Miss Marple, although Miss Marple is still new territory for me. Tommy and Tuppence, those are all rereads. G.K. Chesterton's Father Brown, those are all books that, I would reread, but I think the most recent one is Agatha Christie's Poirot's Christmas. Kind of digressed. I was trying to think if there was any that I had reread that were not really read per se, but listened to, and those are all Agatha Christie, and I can't remember which one it was. Suffice to say that Agatha Christie's high on the list. Yeah, so that's that. This is a fun a fun tag. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say here about reading and rereading, but I don't think there is. I am going to tag some friends. Some of the friends that I tag will probably have been already tagged by Talia, because we share a lot of the people we follow, and I'm sure they're tagged by other people as well. I'm very happy to have been part of this tag, and I thank you for watching this video, this is the third time I've done it, so I hope it came out okay. And I wish you all a wonderful week, Easter week, if you're celebrating Easter. I don't know if I'll be doing a tag, probably not on Easter, so I don't know if I'll get another one in before Easter or not. But in the meantime, thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again next time. God bless. Bye.